Hey guys, welcome to the shop today. Follow me around today while I'm making the tabletop and the shelf. This makes no sense. Does it make any sense to you? Oh, there we go. Oh, makes a lot more sense now. Yeah. So boards are 48 by 42. 48 by 18, then 42 by 16. So now we lay out our mics for where we cut it. We just got done measuring these, so follow me over to the microscope as we cut them. What I'm looking for right now in the board is to see any cups, and right now it's cupping like this. You want to put down the side that is cupped, because if you put the other side down, it will be uneven. So I needed to take the dust hose over to the jointer, and then I took the boards over to be jointed. This is a no-brainer. You need to get these out. And then when we got done jointing the boards, we flipped them over, and then we took them to the planer and we planed the sides down to 7/8 of an inch so that it's the right thickness that we need. And if you watch closely, you'll see the dust hose comes off and it hits my dad in the face because the piece of wood hit it, and then it came off, and then it was pretty funny. So we just got done jointing and planing the boards. So now what I'm going to do is mark where I want my dominoes to go. And I needed to use the dominoes so that the stuff stays aligned when I go to glue it up so it's not all wobbly. And last video I didn't use the domino because I didn't feel safe doing it or comfortable, but my dad said that I could use it this time. And so my dad taught me how to use the domino properly, and it's pretty fun to use it.
Use the domino.
Well, there you guys go. I used the domino.
How was it?
Fun. So it would be pretty hard for me to reach over to put the glue on, so I just got on the table to do it. So we're gluing it up, and it was pretty stressful and hard because we had to do all the boards at the same time and put all the dominoes in and make sure everything was all right. We're using the dominoes so the boards stay aligned and they're flat. And then what you do is you make sure you don't clamp it up too tight, but tight enough to where you get a good glue squeeze out. And then you see I run around to clamp the other sides. And then remove all the glue for when we go to sand it. It's not hard and there's a bunch of excess glue. And then, as you can see, I'm taking off the clamps. Now it's time for a break. Now a word from our sponsors. This video is not sponsored by Leather by Dragonfly. The Sedgery. You can fit so many things in it. As an example, as you can see, I have two picker pins. One is a fine tipped picker pin and one is a thicker picker pin, because sometimes you need both. This is a self-centering drill bit, and there's also magnets on this side so you can put stuff on it. And in here, you can put your tape measure, and as you can see, one of these dominoes just fell out. It's a good spot to put a bunch of dominoes in. So there you go, the Sedgery. The best part is that we have snacks. So whenever you get hungry in your shop and you need a bite to eat, just pull out of your Sedgery some snacks. And also we'll have a link in the video description below of where you can get a Sedgery and other things from our friends over at Leather by Dragonfly. So now I'm measuring the top and the shelf. The top is 48 inches, the shelf is 42 inches. And then I use the square to make sure that it's all lined up and everything. And then for the track saw, we get a clean cut. So now I set the table saw fence over to 16 inches for the shelf, and then the top will be 18 inches. So I'm not safely able to use the table saw, so my dad is cutting them down for me. So then I put a chamfer on the legs because I thought they would need a chamfer. So as you see, I moved the router over to the top, so I put a chamfer on the top. Okay, so my legs for my table are 3 by 3, and the thickness of my wood is 1/4 inch, 3/4 inch I mean. And so what we'll need to do for my shelf is we'll need to measure, because we can't have it be this big, otherwise it wouldn't work. So we need to measure in here to be able to cut there. 3 inches up, and we need to measure 3 inches to the side, 3/4 of an inch, and 3/4 of an inch. We set our fence at 3/4 of an inch, then we put our stop block at 3 inches from the blade, so then we can cut it and it will be where we need it. So here my dad is helping me do it again, because it's a 4-foot long board and it would have been weird for me to hold it like that and for me to cut it safely. I could have used the jigsaw, but now with a bent blade. If it looks good. Dry fit looks good. And obviously, every project needs to be sanded. Hey, my headphones want to help. And here we're getting a coat of primer on. So I went to my local store, Oak Tree, to pick up some Rubio monocoat hybrid. So that means that it's waterproof and good for outdoor. And then you let it set for 10 minutes, and then you buff it out. So now we're putting a little mark in so we know where to drill from. And it looks like... Now I'm gonna pre-drill so that then when we put our screws in, it doesn't crack everything and stuff. So now we're putting the table base onto the tabletop to where I lined up and measured it to go. As you can see, I'm down there lining it up for it to be done. We forgot to film us securing the base down to the tabletop. But just to let you know, we did secure it down. Thank you for sticking until the end of the build, and now the big reveal. This build was pretty fun to make, and I hope you guys liked the video. And if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe because it does help to build our channel. Now get out in the shop and make some sawdust. Goodbye.